Welcome to the TypeWright text editor for the improvement of plain text files that have been scanned from printed documents. Although the tool has only one main web page, this single page has so many different things going on. Let's walk through it. At the top, you have the link back to 18th Connect. Below that link, you see the first few words of your document's title. Below this title, you see several sections. For now, let's divide them into two halves. The upper half involves navigation and the active text that is available for text correction. The lower half gives you a few basic instructions. Looking again at the navigation and text correction section, you can see toolbars at the top and bottom of this area. Two gray oval buttons marked Insert Above and Insert Below are immediately apparent. I will explain these two buttons later on in the video. To the right of these two buttons on the top toolbar, the OCR source is identified. This is the company who created the underlying text which we are correcting. Both upper and lower toolbars give a link to the document home and the page navigation buttons for first, previous, next, and last pages, plus a drop-down menu for navigating to a specific numbered page. You can scroll to any of the pages in the document. Now that you know about the navigation toolbars, let's look at the text editing window. Let's start with the focal point of the page, a red box that surrounds a word, words, or line on a segment of the active page of the document image. This segment is shown in the main image. When the document opens for the first time, the red box in the main image should contain the first line of the first page in the scanned document, as it does here. This red box indicates what line of text in the imaged document is currently active for correction. This active line on this active page is the main part of the navigation and text correction section. To the left of the main image, you see a small version of the entire page with another red box positioned just like it is in the larger main space. This page image is the thumbnail. Watch as the red box on the thumbnail follows the larger red box on the main image as you move it around the page. This way, you can see exactly where you are in relation to the rest of the page. You can also click on the thumbnail to quickly move to another line by changing to another red box associated with that particular spot on the page. Because the red box indicates what particular part of the document page is active, it is very important. This box tells TypeWright what part of the image you are correcting. Although you can only see one box, each page has many red boxes, but only one red box is visible at any one time. Each box designates one part of the page, usually one complete line of text. So, because you can only see one red box at a time, whenever you type, TypeWright knows to match your typing only to the line surrounded by the visible red box. Below the main image, you see a section with 3 typed lines of text from the page. These 3 lines are usually numbered. However, one of these 3 lines may read top of the page or bottom of the page instead of showing text if your active box is indeed the first or the last line. You may actually see 4 lines in this section. The middle line has just broken into 2 lines. Just keep thinking of it as one single middle line. This middle line in the section will be a numbered line. Plus, it will be in a white box, the text correction box, to show that it is active or correctable. The cursor in the text correction box blinks. This cursor works much like the cursor in your word processing software. This text correction box is where you will interact with the text from the page, usually by typing your human version of what you see on the scanned page. All of the lines of text will require your interaction. You will find some lines with no errors, some with text errors, some with box errors, and some lines will have errors in both the text and the box. Box errors come in 3 varieties. When the red box is incorrectly placed relative to the line of text, when the red box is missing but a line of text is present, when the red box is incorrectly placed where there is no text. We will look at these box errors later. Right now, we will explore the 2 ways that you will interact with the lines of text. If the words and punctuation that appear in this white text correction box are exactly the same as the words and punctuation that appear on the image of the page, click the green check mark button to the right of the white text correction box. Clicking on this green button tells TypeWright that this line has been read by your human eyes and you have judged it to be correct. A green check will appear to the left of the white box. If the text and the image are not exactly the same, you can delete the errors and type in the correct text. Once you have typed or deleted any one thing in the text correction box, a pencil appears to the left of the text correction box, indicating that TypeWright registers that this line has been changed. While in the text correction box, use the backspace and delete keys for correcting, and the arrow keys and mouse clicks to position your cursor. What if you make a mistake typing? While in the text correction box, the backspace and arrow keys work quite well to correct your typo mistakes too. For larger errors, TypeWright has a shortcut. You may have already noticed that once you make any change in the white text correction box, a gray undo button will appear to the right of the green and red buttons. If you click the gray undo button, the line reverts to the form you started with, and the gray button becomes a redo button. When finished correcting a line, save your work by clicking on that green button. Note that the red box is now over the next line down, and the pencil is still to the left of the previous line. Well, this takes care of the 2 types of text interactions. The empty box error can also be dealt with in a similar manner. Why are there empty boxes? Sometimes the OCR program sees lines where there are none, like in the middle of an illustration. Or the program tries to make a text line out of flaws in the scanned image of the document page. For these lines, you can delete the text with the red X buttons, also found to the right of the white text correction box. Remember that this deletes only the text. A red X will appear to the left of the text correction box, and the text will appear to be struck through like this. The struck through text will disappear once you navigate off the page and then return. However, the red box will always be there, just as the numbered line containing no text will remain. These empty numbered lines remain attached to a history of the text corrections for that box. This correction history is indicated for every numbered line by another pencil icon, which is located to the left of the green check, red X, or pencil status icon. When you hover your computer cursor over this history pencil icon, you can see the edit history of that line. You'll learn about handling the other box errors next. To the right of the large editing segment of the page are two arrow buttons that can be clicked to move from one line to the next, either up or down. You can also use the keyboard arrows to move up or down to the next line. Moving to the left of the main area, below the thumbnail of the page image, sit two red lines that can be clicked: Report this page and Resize the Red Box. Use the Report This Page link to flag pages with substantial portions of wildly erroneous OCR due to unreadable text on the active page, whether derived from very dark or very light scans that might be redone, or from unusual fonts that the OCR engine does not recognize. This type of font is known as blackletter, and you can see how poorly the OCR has interpreted these lines. When you click to report the page, a new window pops up, asking for a description of the problem. Once you have described the issue, here I can say unusual font in original image, and click to create page report. A second window informs you that your report was successfully created. Click Close to return to your document. There will be no indication that the page was reported. We hope that you will choose to continue to correct these pages, but it will mean retyping nearly every line from scratch. But you can also just report all the appropriate pages and leave them alone. We have already shown you how box errors come in several different configurations. The Resize Red Box tool can help deal with many of them. First, I will click on the thumbnail to move to the line of text that I want to correct. Clicking on the Resize Red Box link creates resizing handles on the sides and on the corners of the active box. In this case, the box does not extend to the very end of its line of type. By clicking and dragging on one of the handles, you can extend the box to surround the entire line. Sometimes a box is too large, like this one that includes 2 lines. And so I will make and use these handles to make it smaller. This leaves a line of text without a box. Next, I will show you how to insert the box that is needed because of our change. You will also see how to reposition the inserted box by using these resizing handles. Remember the 2 oval insert buttons on the upper toolbar? Insert above and insert below. Clicking on the Insert Below button will add a red box below the line in the white text correction box, and an empty new white box with a line number fractionally between the previously existing lines. This is where you will use the Resize Red Box to reposition your box over the text to be inserted. And type the missing text. The other gray button marked Insert Above will add a box and line above the active line in a similar manner. One button only appears when you have reached the last page of the document, a button that says Mark Document Complete. When it appears, you will see it on the left-hand side of the lower gray toolbar. Below the text correction and navigation section, you can find a section of some general instructions in two sets. The box section on the left gives you exactly what it says: keyboard shortcuts, especially for PCs using the Windows operating system. The larger text section to the right gives you various general bits of information about how to use the site. At the bottom of this right-hand section, you can see two text links. One links to a survey that asks you about your experiences using TypeWright. The other link, more about how to edit, produces a pop-up window with static screenshots and information very similar to this video. Note, however, that the version of TypeWright in the illustrations is an older version of the software and looks a little different. We will soon be adding a third link to access this video directly from the editing page. Thank you for watching this brief introduction to the many parts of the TypeWright text correction page. My friends and I on the 18th Connect and the TypeWright teams are working to develop more detailed help pages and videos. For now, you can find some information in the Exhibits tab of the 18th Connect. Look for exhibits like Working with TypeWright and discussions like TypeWright questions and answers. There is also a group you can join that is all about using 18th Connect. And in an emergency, use the Contact Us links at the bottom of every 18th Connect page, even here in the TypeWright editor. Happy typewriting!